Hey, welcome back to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host, Steven. Today we're going to be talking about and explaining high mileage motor oil, the two symptoms, and how to fix them. And we're starting right now. If you're new to Synthetic Oil Protection, definitely consider subscribing. You can tap the little red icon in the corner, or you just hit the little subscribe button right here, and then you go ahead and tap the notification bell. And that way you'll get new notifications when my new video comes up. So we're going to start off with the first thing, and that's symptom number one. And this might be something your vehicle has, and basically that's oil burning. So your engine doesn't leak oil, but it actually burns oil. And we're going to go over the reason why right now. Alright, so the first reason your engine burns oil is because you have all these little carbon deposits around your cylinders. So think about this being a cylinder and having all these little black deposits, and then you have a piston that goes in and out of the cylinder. And what happens is around this seal, there's all these little rigid carbon deposits. And basically it's carbon on carbon. And oil goes by and through those little cracks, and it actually has blow-by. So right now, a lot of your gas and also the combustion gases are actually blowing by the cylinder. You're losing compression, you're losing fuel mileage, performance, and everything else. So when you put the engine flush in, what happens is this actually breaks up all those little contaminants, and it gets all the lifters clean. It cleans the whole crankcase. It also helps free up sticky valves, and it really breaks down the motor oil. So when you change the oil, all those contaminants flush out. So after you have your vehicle all flushed out, you got all of it out of the crankcase, now you can actually clean your fuel system. And this does more than just your fuel system. This is a proprietary cleaner. It cleans the valves. It also cleans the carbon deposits out of the combustion chamber. So right now, most likely inside your engine, you have these black carbons that are in your combustion chamber, and that actually changes the volume of the combustion chamber. So you have an irregular, kind of offbeat idle. Your car doesn't idle well. This actually cleans those out of the combustion chamber. It also cleans the fuel injectors, gets you up to 5.7% better fuel mileage in just one full tank of gas, and this treats up to 20 gallons. And all you do is put it right in the gasoline. So I wanted to paint the picture of what PI Performance Improver does. This is AMSOIL Pie, and it cleans the valves. So it gets all those carbon deposits off the valves. So now the valves will actually seat square. And once they seat square, you won't have blow-by and also loss of motor oil there. Also, you're going to get a much better stream on your fuel injectors. So basically right now your fuel injectors are squirting straight ahead, and it's actually missing the flame. So you're only burning maybe half of the gas that's going in your engine. So you're actually increasing the carbon deposits by having unburnt gas with ethanol, and you're not having the explosion you should be. So now we got all these carbon deposits out of the crankcase on your engine. We also cleaned up around the cylinders. We cleaned up your valves. Now your engine's going to seal better. But to make that seal even better, we want to use 100% synthetic lubricants. So this is AMSOIL OE, and this is 100% synthetic, and this will actually put a significantly thicker film and more complete film, because all the molecules are the same shape, they're the same size, and when that is like that, it actually rides smoother against the metal, and it actually clings to the metal better. And that's what makes the 100% better as well, is it actually clings to metal stronger, and when you remove the carbon deposits, it allows the oil to cling to the metal, and then you have a much better seal, and this will actually stop your oil burning, and you'll also get better fuel mileage, much more power, higher compression, all by doing these three steps. I'm sure you're wondering what these other motor oils are. All these are different levels. This is 100% synthetic. This is good for the 1 year, 12,000 miles. This one is AMSOIL Signature Series. This is the best motor oil AMSOIL puts out. It's good for up to 1 year, 25,000 miles. And this also doesn't burn off like the other motor oil. This burns off at half the rate of Mobil 1 Extended Performance. And also this outperforms Mobil 1 Extended Performance by 4 times in turbocharger deposit testing. Basically, for the regular passenger person, this is way overkill. You just don't need it. If you drive Uber and Lyft, it might be helpful to run something of this quality. Now we're on to symptom number 2. And what this is this is basically to slow down an engine leak. So you may have an engine right now and you may say, well, I want high mileage oil to slow down or stop my engine from leaking motor oil. And basically it's never going to really stop. The only way is to actually replace the gasket or seal that it's leaking in. There's a couple different cure-all things you can do. They're kind of cheap ways out. You can get a motor oil that has additives that'll actually swell the gasket. The only thing is it can slow it down, but once those additives break down, the gasket can actually swell and then crack and then split even more once it actually stretches. So you can actually make your leak worse by using a sweller in the gaskets. This would be the ideal way to go. This is for high mileage vehicles. You'll see it right there. And this is for gasoline and diesel engines. And what's going to make this different is that it's a 10W40 and it's a little bit thicker. So say you have a car that you run 5W30 on, this would be great because this winter weight is going to be much thicker when the oil's cold, so it's not going to leak out as fast. It'll leak out about half the rate. And then also when it's hot, it'll stay thicker too. And basically you're just going to really slow down the leaking process. This is also 100% synthetic, and this is good for up to 1 year, 15,000 miles on gas engines. This is the specification on this motor oil. This can actually be used in some motorcycles as well, and it's a really, really great all-around motor oil. And this is actually the original viscosity that AMSOIL started with way back in 1972 when they became API certified. All right, guys, I hope this answered a lot of your questions in regards to the symptoms of wanting to use a high mileage motor oil. Basically, what you have to do is you have to clean up your engine, and then you're going to have original efficiency and or better when you use these products. That's the level of these. These are all proprietary, and it's not comparable to anything you can get in the big box stores. If you have any questions about any of these products, feel free to leave a comment below. Happy to help you out anytime. And I really, really appreciate you guys checking out my channel. I also have an AMSOIL giveaway coming up, and that's going to be February 23rd, 11 a.m. It's going to be a live video on synthetic oil protection, so definitely consider subscribing. You'll see that coming up. And then also, I wanted to mention a little bit about these two products, the Flush and the PI Cleaner. You can actually learn how to use this. I have a whole playlist, which I'm going to put a playlist right here, and that's all my engine flushes. And that's basically the before and after. You can actually hear the way the car and engine runs just after flushing it. It makes that much of a difference. So that link is right there. And if you have any other questions about this, leave a comment below. Really appreciate you guys checking out my channel. And I wanted to thank you. And also, cheers to protection, protection, protection.